Okay, hey y'all, welcome to BGP. Last Sunday was Super Bowl Sunday, and although the game was kind of boo boo, was whack. I mean, it was a little over.
Ooh,
I didn't like it.
I
I
loved
think
it.
because both teams I'm not a fan of. I especially do not like the Eagles, but I don't. That's your team.
Hell no. Rams is my
Anywho,
teams, but I wanted anybody to beat the
oh
Chiefs.
man. Well,
Anybody.
anyway, with that being said, I was so looking forward to the halftime.
hmm
I thought for sure there was going to be some major feature and special, but I loved it. I right away I identified some of the little things that he was saying, maybe three of them, and then later on, um, once I got on social media and I saw other people breaking things down, I'm like, oh damn! And I was so proud for it to be Black History Month and for him to take that platform and use it as an opportunity to give a lesson, even though you have people that said it wasn't glitzy, it didn't have all this dramatic thing, but sometimes you got to take a lesson rather than the glitz and glam. So my question to you all is, how did you feel about the halftime and what stood out the most to you? Niche.
Well, I put it in our little group chat when I said Gemini is Geminian.
Right?
Gemini is Geminian. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I was like, shout out to the little people because he's 5'5".
Yes,
So I was like, shout out to the little people. I was like, if he needed to send a message to black people, he did.
he sure
He
did.
did it in the most coolest subliminal
Yes.
way for everybody to be like, I got it,
Mm,
got it,
right.
got it. So I
Right.
loved it. That was those are my first thoughts about it. Yeah.
And you, Mo, what you think of
I
it?
absolutely loved it. Samuel Jackson as
That
Uncle
part.
Sam.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All the subliminals, all the directness. He
Mm-hmm.
was unapologetic. He was blackity, blackity, black, black.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was black. um, yeah, he said that he was going to tell a story, and he told a story.
He
Mm-hmm.
did.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Were you surprised that? Because in my mind, I kept feeling like maybe they're gonna have Lil Wayne come out as a feature. I kept thinking, like maybe
Nah.
they'll do that. But later on that day, they showed Lil Wayne doing some stuff that he does today, and he wouldn't have definitely not fit in there. And I know Jay-Z has a lot to do because he's part of Rock Nation. He had a lot to do with Kendrick being chosen to do that, and I think he made a right decision.
Mm-hmm.
Are you hearing some of the negative comments that are coming from some people? What are some of the things that you've heard?
I remember right after it, you had people like Boosie and them saying, they Wayne don't have nothing to worry about no more because, it should have been Wayne. It should have been, the people from New Orleans. It would have been better. Then of course you had your Drake fans sitting there saying that, Drake not missing out. It should have been better. I heard all of that, and I wasn't surprised Wayne wasn't there because again, when it was first announced that it was Kendrick, the way Wayne reacted and behaved, I knew Kendrick wasn't gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Come on, Wayne, I'm gonna bring you out." I already knew
Right.
he wasn't gonna do that because why would he? Like this man was, low key dissing, and he had other artists on his label dissing this man. So why would he bring them out? Even though prior to all that happening, Kendrick always bigged up Wayne. Always was like, Wayne was one of, his songs and all that. But yeah, I knew he wasn't coming. And yeah, I've heard the negative pushback or whatnot from it. But my thoughts on it is some people just want to see some people twerking and shaking their ass and talking
Exactly.
about, what they do with women sexually and all this other stuff. And then there's some people that are like Kendrick that, are more serious about their blackness and about the black community and wanting better for their people. That man had women come out, they weren't showing their asses,
Exactly.
they weren't twerking, they was fully dressed, they was it was there was a
Classy.
message, it was classy. He wasn't cursing. Like they didn't have to do all the bleepity bleep bleep bleeps that they would have if it would have been Wayne and his crew. Like it was perfect. And like I said, he sent a message and we heard it loud and clear. So yeah, that's my thing. But yeah, I heard it. I heard the negative feedback too.
The feedback that I heard, it was boring.
Yes.
They would have wanted him to sing It's Gonna Be All Right,
Mhm.
or
Gonna Be All
Swimming
Right.
Pools,
Right.
or some of the commercial popular songs that he made. And that let me know that they really aren't a Kendrick Lamar fan.
Mhm.
They didn't know what he was talking about because they only listened to what's being promoted through the radio or streaming or whatever. They said it was boring. So boring to who? You know, the people, like Nisha said, the people, or Adrian, whoever said it, got it. Because we knew what the lyrics were. We knew what the songs were. We embedded in that young man. He's been a conscious rapper for a very long time. He has to put out some things that people can relate to so that he could get put on. You know, I did not want Lil Wayne on that. Lil Wayne looks like he's about 70 years old. He needs to go and cut them dreads.
Yeah, you won't let it
You've
go.
seen him on previous concerts where he doesn't even remember
his
own lines.
Yeah.
They said they didn't show anybody in the audience. So the Super Bowl is the whitest program in the United States, right?
Yeah.
And my thing was, would white America really want to see their young men or their young children that are white? Because they said that rap consumers are white boys between 13 and 25 or something like that. Did they want America to see their white children on camera in front of 133 million people chanting a black rapper's lyrics word for word? How would that look to other countries? And that's the reason why I think they did not show the audience, because I think the majority of that audience was non-black.
But we heard them when they got to the part of A minor. They was all on right on beat with it.
And then they were mad because there were nobody of another race on stage. So then people were like, well, so what, you want DEI now?
Right, because you just canceled DEI.
Right.
So now you saying you want to.
So now you want DEI.
Yeah. Which one is it?
I listened to this white man, and he was like, when they were saying that there was no other races on stage, this is Super Bowl 59. There's been a many of Super Bowls
performers
that had other races on the stage. And just like a little fact, we didn't even get to come on the Super Bowl until 1972. And that was Ella Fitzgerald. They did a tribute to Louis Armstrong. She was the first solo African-American female to perform at a Super Bowl. And it wasn't until 1993 that Michael Jackson came up there and stood up for 2 minutes. And the crowd went wild.
Crazy.
He was the first solo singer to be on the Super Bowl. And then we fast forward to 2025, and we have Kendrick Lamar make that history to be the first solo rapper. So they tried to say that after he performed, they lost views. They lost views because it was a blowout.
Yeah.
And everybody was
done.
Cheering for the Chiefs to do a three-peat, and they didn't.
It wasn't going to happen.
They got
just
their
left.
ass whooped.
Yeah, just left, right.
And I loved it.
I did
Black
too.
quarterback, black
Yes, it was blackity
people
black.
on stage.
Yes.
That formation of the flag where they were telling people we are the blood, sweat, and tears of
this
America.
country.
are.
We
Yep, we
are
are.
ingrained in this flag. A black woman helped sew that flag, and all the little things that we should know about our history was in that performance.
Exactly.
Awesome. And the way he teased that he wasn't going to
like he wasn't going to do it. I love that
not like
part.
us. And he busted out. I was
You
like,
really
yeah.
gonna do it?
Yes. And there's been so many little remakes of it that is so cute that I've seen on social media. So people are paid attention. And I think if nothing else, that's what he got. For black people to pay attention and white people to because, they wasn't getting it.
And if they don't get it, they have a
wasn't
list
for
of
them.
everything that he said.
Exactly.
Go find those songs.
Yes.
And you said everybody's making a remix. I seen a parrot
Really?
I seen the parents, they turned it on and he started,
Oh
the
my
babies are
God.
dancing,
Yes.
people from all races are dancing, the old people are dancing.
Yes.
It's awesome.
I
Yeah,
definitely
it's
got that
awesome.
warm and fuzzy feeling when it was like, oh my God. It's like that you felt like some unity for a
Mhm.
moment, and it felt really, really good.
Mhm.
I did notice that Trick Daddy, I don't know if you guys heard his
What did he say?
his complaint about it. He said, ain't no way that Drake should have Drake is better than him. Oh, and he said that Kendrick shouldn't have won the Grammys that he won for best rap
He's a hater,
artist.
though.
Yeah, he
He's a hater.
is. And he's washed up.
Yeah, he's a
And then
hater.
he said that if it was if it had been BET giving the award, Drake would have been the one to win it or some bullshit. He's such a hater.
Yeah, he's a hater.
He is.
It's all good.
He is, yeah. They've
But
almost
you
made it
gotta-
like a East
yeah.
Coast, West Coast thing.
Yeah, you could tell. You could
Mhm.
tell. A lot of the people that say that they feel like they didn't like Kendrick's GNX album and all that are on the East Coast. So
Exactly.
you know that there's hate on the West Coast. They don't like it. They don't want us to get back on top. But
Yes.
Kendrick is doing it, so they're going to have to deal with it. It
Absolutely.
is what it is. And when he dropped that next album, which I hope he drops very soon,
Soon he
he's
will.
still going to be
Mhm.
on top.
Right.
Like he's still sitting there making stuff happen. So
Mhm.
I like it, but one of the biggest lessons that I learned from Kendrick last year when he dropped Euphoria, which
Mm.
was, when he was like, I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, I hate the way that you dress. And I was like, I don't hate people enough. I need to become more of a
Right?
hater like Kendrick, because
Exactly.
being a hater for Kendrick has got him Grammys. It's got him a performance at the Super Bowl. It's got him. He's going to be performing at the World Cup. Like being a big hater comes with rewards at
It
times.
sure does.
And so, them talking about Kendrick right now, on the East Coast or over there in Florida or whatnot, I guess they're trying to catch on to what he did.
Mhm.
But it's too late. You can't be, you could be a hater, but it's not going to stop him now. The train is moving.
right.
And it's not stopping. Kendrick is that man right now.
Mhm.
He's the
West
one.
Coast, yeah.
So it is what it is. He got West Coast on his back
Mhm.
and we riding.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Felt good, real good.
And the fact that he surpassed another black man
Thank
for
you.
views.
Exactly.
He surpassed Michael
Michael
Jackson. But one
Jackson.
thing I will say that I think that if there were streaming and he would not have surpassed Michael Jackson,
Right,
but
right.
we have more technology. But I'm proud that he surpassed another black man.
Right.
And
Mhm.
it's-
One of the things I didn't realize is that Serena used to go with Drake.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
But she did her
Allegedly.
thing. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay, allegedly.
Yeah.
And she did her thing. I mean, her sea walking wasn't all the way sea walkish.
Yeah.
She was
I think we
shuffling.
did-
She
yeah,
was shuffling.
yeah,
She
but-
was sea walking.
But
was
yeah, she
skipping.
did her thing. I didn't realize
Mhm.
she got in trouble at Wimbledon for
She
doing it.
did.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, because people was like, she shouldn't be there. She's a married woman. She's sitting there trying to do that to get back at Drake. That's childish. And I was like, if you really think she went out there on that field for Drake,
Mm,
then you fucking stupid.
exactly.
You're dumb.
Exactly.
Like she told you what it was. Kendrick and now they've now dropped showing like where they were rehearsing how he reached out to her and asked her to come because it was Black history. It was a Black moment, and it was to show that when she won Wimbledon, which is the highest thing that you can get in tennis,
Mm,
and she celebrated herself
exactly.
by walking.
Yes.
She got fined $100,000. She was called ghetto. She was told to, she should be embarrassed for that. So fast forward to last Sunday, Black history.
Mhm.
You have one of the greatest tennis players out there supporting another, artist, Kendrick, and she's doing what
From her hood.
it's kind of like, circling back 360. Like, here I am, I'm
Exactly.
doing it again, and now what?
Yep.
Now
Threw
what?
that jab.
Who gonna do it? Who gonna do
Mhm.
something? Who gonna
Exactly.
find me? Call me ghetto. Who gonna do it? Like, nobody. So
Ooh, I
it
love
had nothing to do with Drake.
Yeah.
Like, Drake is, yeah,
He should be sitting over in the corner with his
horrible
with his
ass
thumb in his mouth.
album.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I said, please, Kendrick, don't Gemini. Don't drop. Soon as he dropped, don't drop 30 minutes later, because nobody is going to listen to that.
No.
And it really took a couple of days for him to get to 1 million views on some of those songs. it's whack. And
Yeah.
and for them to say stick to R&B, dude, you're not even doing R&B justice
No.
right now. But yeah, much love to Kendrick Lamar. Much love to
I
Compton.
know.
Yeah, shout out to
CPT.
Compton.
Compton in the house.
Shout out to
That's
Compton.
right.
You know?
Yes. And I love the way he said his name still, even though they said he wasn't supposed to say it because of the lawsuit or whatever.
Say Drake.
But yeah, exactly.
He
And
was
that
smart.
look,
Say Drake.
when he came out, I was like,
Like him
yeah. That was cool. So I really, really enjoyed it. And what are your final thoughts, Nisha?
Yeah, don't get mad at having haters in your life.
Mhm.
Yeah, it used to be they say be the bigger person, ignore don't worry about it and all that. If you don't have haters, that means you're not doing something right. Because Kendrick just showed you what being a hater can get you. That's what I would say. He hated his way all the way to the top.
Sure
And
did.
I love it. And I support it.
Mhm.
So Black people, the fight is coming.
Sure is.
Be ready.
Mhm.
He just told you to be ready. Stay ready. You know, he told you what happened in the past. You see what happens when people step to the front. You know, as Uncle Sam said, deduct a life, right?
Right.
Be ready, because it's coming.
Mhm.
It's coming. He told you. Good performance, good show. I love Kendrick. I can't wait till he drop another album. Debating whether or not I want to go to this concert in May. But yeah, shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to Compton.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna say. Shout out to the West Coast.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that too. Shout out to Black people, because it was very black. A Black Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You had a Black quarterback win, a Black artist for the Super Bowl who didn't have a whole bunch of artists come out with him. He just kept it pretty simple. And shout out to Blackness. Yeah, that's it for me.
Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. No, his breath, the way he did that, was awesome. Shout out to SZA. Shout out to all the Black dancers that are on stage that made history with him. If you did not like the performance and you want to hear his other songs, he's on tour. Get a ticket.
Get you a ticket.
Yeah. I loved it. I recorded it. I watch it every day.
Yeah.
Awesome job.
Yeah. I think too that for those that didn't say they got it, you have the opportunity to rewatch it. You have the opportunity to and really get it, even with your little list there, and see, oh, did that make sense? Does this make sense? And get it, because there was a huge lesson there. And if you missed it, you definitely need to rewatch it to get it, because that's one of the things that I know from growing up and being in LA Unified Public Schools is we weren't taught a lot of our history. And I got a lot of it from my dad and everybody. And for him to take that opportunity, that platform, and he could have done a whole lot of foo-foo shit with it, but he kept it 100. And it was just a proud moment for Black History Month. It was just awesome. So continue to support our artists, our good artists that doing good shit out there. So, and if nothing further, always subscribe, hit the bell so that you're always notified when we have new content coming out. And if you have anything that you would like us to speak on, mention it in the comments. We appreciate it and always appreciate your support. BGP, we out.